This is Sittin in Booth with Love, Honor, Truth. I'm your co-host, Abby Kress.
And I'm your co-host, Izzy Pollock. And today, our guest is Molly Hagan.
Ooh, hey, everybody.
Woohoo! We got a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yeah, we're going to figure out which iconic 2000s girl Molly is. Okay. Which friend are you in the friend group? The mom, the loud one, the sweet one, the quiet one, the mean one, or the leader?
Definitely the loud one. Guys.
Me too.
What is your style? Basic, flirty, vintage, trendy, preppy, or classy?
I don't know. I feel like my style switches all the time. It's never one thing, but I feel like most consistently classy.
Ooh, good
Yes.
answer. Good answer.
Yes.
What are you usually doing at parties?
Ooh.
Meeting new people, looking for a new boyfriend, dancing. You don't go to parties, just sitting and chatting.
Oh gosh. I would probably say dancing.
We love
Yeah,
a good dancing
Love a
moment.
good dance moment.
Punch. Click punch.
Do you wear makeup? Yes, never, just a bit. Full glam always, rarely, or it depends.
Yes. I don't always do full beat, but I'm always wearing
Oh,
makeup.
this one I gotta show you. You have to pick a bag. Which one we feeling today?
I am going hot pink YSL on the top.
Oh,
That
love.
is so cute. Now I want these bags.
I'm gonna find you. I have to choose the pink bag.
Yes.
Yes, how are your grades? What in the world?
My grades are fine, guys.
This is your mom.
Well, literally,
Mom,
answer.
my grades are fine.
There's a they are okay button, so we're gonna press that one. Choose an activity: reading, going for a walk, shopping, hanging out with friends, or sleeping.
Hanging out with friends. Duh.
Good answer. You got Serena Woodson. I butchered her full name. I've only watched like 3 episodes of Gossip Girl, but
I've never watched any, so.
You're very caring and sweet. You like to party, and people
People
love your energy. That's so
Ooh,
true.
I'm so glad people love my energy.
The best energy.
I'm so glad that the BuzzFeed quiz told me that much about my life.
Oh my god, it's so accurate, you know? I use it for everything. All right, so Molly, in this last election, you were elected the VP of Chapter Development.
Yes.
And can you talk about, like, kind of what do you do? Like, what comes with the position?
Yes, I would love to. So I was, as you said, elected as VP of Chapter Development, which I'm so grateful for. Basically, what that position is I'm kind of the right-hand woman, so to say, to our president. If she needs anything, I'm there to hop in. I run our weekly chapter meetings. That's my favorite part. I get to stand up and hear myself talk to everybody. And, you know, talk about topics given to me from headquarters that are super important for us to address. Some of them are super fun. And some of them are just, you know, serious things we got to talk about. And I'm also like kind of a liaison between chapter members and exec. I kind of let everybody know what's going on, and I can fill in for anybody with anything that they need to. It's kind of just a catch-all, and I kind of love it.
How
little
did
bit of
you
everything.
get to want to be VP of Chapter Development? I know you were the assistant last year, but, like, was there a turning moment where you were like, this is what I want to do?
So, I came in as a little COVID freshman, so nothing really was happening in any Greek life my freshman year. So I was able to sit back and watch. And then my sophomore year, I was still real afraid of everything, so I sat back and watched again. And I knew that I am a leader to my core, and I knew that there is probably a place for me on the executive board. I just had to look and see where it was. And I said, I'm loud, as we discovered in the BuzzFeed quiz. And I have a lot of personality, that theater background, and talking is something that I can do forever and ever and ever. And public speaking is one of my favorite things to do. So I was like, this probably is the best fit for me. I feel like this would be a really cool position for me. So that's when I took the assistant position with Erin, just to kind of see, how things run, how she does things. And then I was like, yeah, like I can see myself doing this for sure.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's so cute. What are you excited about for like this upcoming semester to do with VP of Chapter?
Oh gosh, I have so many like super cool ideas, and I just went to Find New Officer Academy in Disney, so I got some even more cool ideas there. I started doing the like sisterhood journal at that one chapter of like writing a letter to a different girl each week. Like I'll write one to a sister, and then that sister will write one to another sister the next week. And I think that that's like really like kind of brings our chapter back in and kind of brings us closer together, because I think sometimes with school and everything we can get kind of lost. So I'm really excited to do that. I'm excited for my chapter playlist. Love that at the beginning of the chapters. It gets me pumped. I don't know if it gets anybody else pumped, but I love it. And just, I love coming together. So I'm excited. And I hate to see all of the seniors go, but I'm super excited for, just the celebrations that we have for them. I think that that's going to be really sweet. So, yeah.
So true.
So you've been in the house. Next year will be your third year in the house.
Yes.
Tell us your experience, your favorite things about being in the house.
Yeah, really lay into it, because we're living in the house next year, so we
Right,
want to
yeah.
know.
I could talk about the house for literally ever. That could be its own podcast in itself. Yes, as Izzy said, I am going on a 3-year house veteran status. It makes me feel old sometimes, but I truly love it. And I think that coming from the COVID background, I was so eager to literally get involved in literally anything. So living in the house was the next logical step. That's what everybody was doing. So I was like, okay, I'll do it too. And I was real scared. But and even within the first couple days that I moved into the house, everybody was clicking, but it was still so oh my god, do people like me? What is gonna go on? What's this year gonna look like? But it was so fun to just be able to actually start truly experiencing college.
Yeah.
And doing all of those sorority girl things that I had dreamed of doing. But obviously because of the pandemic we really couldn't. And so it's just fun to everybody's going to chapter, whose car are you gonna jump in? Or at 3 a.m., does anybody want to go to Sheets? And I'm like, yes, I want to go to Sheets. And just those little moments like that. And obviously I have my spot in the living room. We have these 5 couches, and I have one spot that I've sat in for the past 2 years. And I love it there, and so I will literally just plant myself in the living room all day and just see the people walking in and out. I love just making those little connections with people, talking to people about their day, whatever it may be. I love to, we'll watch a show on the TV, put a game up there, something of the sort, and then we'll all kind of come together in the evening hours. That's kind of my favorite time. Everybody's finally done with all of their work and whatever, and we're all just sitting in the living room and talking, and there's always somebody to do some sort of little adventure with, and that's the type of stuff that I love, because I'm not an adventure girl as far as I would never bungee jump. I'm not a risk taker like that.
I feel.
But I love to do little spontaneous things, oh, let's go on a drive, oh, let's go to Sheets, oh, let's play this game, whatever. And you'll find so many of those moments in the house. And it's also brought me a ton of comfort over the past 2 years, being in the same place and then being in the same place again the 3rd year. I'm such a creature of comfort as in that way, but I also love trying new things. But it's good to come back home to the same place that you've called home, and there's always going to be somebody who's there for you. At any time. I mean, truly the sappy, Anybody, like, if you're having a rough day, if you're having a rough moment, like, there's always going to be somebody that's going to be there for you in the house, which is something that I think I really love, too, as somebody who's not actively going to go and, like, tell somebody that I'm, like, not doing good. Like, there are people who are going to be like, hey, like, I noticed you're not talking as much as you normally do, Molly. You talk all the time, or something like that, and that's just really comforting. And then when you're, like, in a really high success, like when I was elected as VP, like, there are so many people to celebrate and share in that celebration. The other day, after composites, Layla and I were running composites, and after that, like, there was just a group of us that were like, hey, do you want to go to lunch? And, like, we went to lunch, and that's something, like, those small little core memories that I'm, like, I have from every year. And I think that the house has brought me truly a lot of those memories. And I don't think I would change it for the world, and I'm so glad that I'm doing it for the 3rd year.
This is making me so excited.
I know.
I'm like, it is exciting.
Come
It's
quicker.
very exciting.
I love that.
I'm like, I'm ready to live. Move me in right now.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to find. Oh, speaking of, being a senior, are you nervous?
Yes. I think that without a doubt I am. And I think that there's a lot of things that go with that. And I think it's nerves for, like, the new, what's life gonna be like after college, like, am I gonna, obviously I, like, so badly want to stay in touch with everybody, but depending on where you are, how easy is that gonna be?
Yeah.
And I'm nervous for the whole process, like, applying for graduation. I literally, like, had a panic, like, like, every once in a while, like, you're in the room and you're like, where's my birth certificate? Like, every once in a while, like, panic thought, like, comes through. And that was me the other day. I was like, oh my God, when do I have to apply for graduation? What is am I going to be able to graduate? Like, do I have to stay here longer? And so I had a little freak out moment about that. And then, like, I'm a so, like, emotional person. I cry at the drop of a hat. Anybody who knows me just knows that I'm a crier. So I'm really, really nervous about all the emotions, I think, of next year, too. I mean, I love, like, feeling your feelings and stuff like that, but I just feel like there's going to be a lot of big feelings next year, and it's just going to be so much, and, like, leaving people, like, obviously we've all had to leave people before we, went from high school to here.
Yeah.
That's the process that we all did.
Yeah.
So, like, I am familiar with what it feels like to, like, leave a group of people like that. But I don't know, I just feel like the relationships I formed in college are so much stronger than the ones in high school, so it'll be real hard to, leave. I don't know, and there's part of me that's like, they're so strong that I don't think that they could ever, go away, but at the same, distance makes the heart grow fonder, I guess, as well, but it's still a super duper sad thing to think about. And I was thinking, the other day when I was writing that, like, initial sisterhood journal, I was like, what am I gonna say in my 3D speech? I was like, this is so, yeah. I'm just a big ball of nerves when it comes to that. But I'm also excited. It's not, it's not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing, but I am excited for whatever the world has to offer. The world is our oyster.
Yes. Oh, you're going to do so many good things. I can feel it.
I hope.
Yes.
Oh, geez, I hope.
So you're talking about being, like that COVID freshman and working on coming out of your shell into sophomore year. So how have you grown just by being in Phi Mu?
I love that question because I think that Phi Mu is a major reason for my growth. Especially, like, in college, like, when I was in high school, like, I did theater, and I was I was the same person I am today. I think I've always been, that type of person. I've never been someone to be fake, or anything like that, but I think then COVID hit, and it just like really put me in a bad place because I am such a social butterfly, and like the need for interaction and new things and stuff like that. Like my sister and I would just go on 5-mile walks every day just to get out of the house
Yeah,
and like
same.
experience the world, you know? And it was like such a weird time where my parents even like